Emotional boundaries are the limits we set to protect our own well-being and mental health. They define what we will and will not accept from others in terms of emotional behavior, ensuring our personal space is respected. These boundaries are essential for healthy relationships, self-esteem, and overall happiness. They help us maintain a sense of self-worth and dignity. When we set clear boundaries, we communicate our needs and values to others, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Emotional boundaries are not about controlling others or dictating their actions. They are about taking responsibility for our own emotions and reactions and understanding our own limits. They allow us to engage in relationships from a place of strength and authenticity, ensuring that our interactions are genuine. By setting boundaries, we create a safe space for emotional intimacy and connection, allowing deeper and more meaningful relationships to flourish. Healthy emotional boundaries are crucial for healthy relationships. When we set boundaries, we teach others how to treat us. We communicate our limits and expectations, fostering respect and understanding. This clarity prevents misunderstandings, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. It allows us to navigate conflicts with ease and grace. With healthy boundaries, we can experience greater intimacy and connection. These boundaries act as a guide for how we interact with others. We feel safe to be vulnerable, knowing that our feelings will be valued and respected. This safety is essential for deep emotional bonds. Relationships thrive on trust, and boundaries are the foundation of that trust. They help us build a solid framework for our interactions. They create a space for authenticity and emotional safety. In this space, we can truly be ourselves and grow together. Weak or non-existent emotional boundaries can have a detrimental impact on our well-being. When we don't set limits, we become vulnerable to emotional manipulation, abuse, and burnout. We may feel responsible for the emotions of others, leading to resentment and exhaustion. Without boundaries, we risk losing ourselves in our relationships. We may compromise our own values and needs to please others, leading to feelings of emptiness and dissatisfaction. Over time, this can erode our self-esteem and damage our sense of self-worth. When boundaries are tested. Imagine this. A close friend constantly offloads their problems onto you, leaving you emotionally drained. You care about your friend, but their constant negativity is impacting your own well-being. This is a classic example of emotional boundaries being tested. In such situations, it's important to remember that setting boundaries is not selfish. It's about protecting your emotional health. You have the right to decline requests, limit your exposure to negativity, and prioritize your own well-being. Setting healthy boundaries, a practical guide. Setting healthy boundaries requires practice, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. Start by identifying your limits and values. Reflect on past experiences to understand what has worked and what hasn't. What are you willing and not willing to tolerate in your relationships? Consider both your emotional and physical boundaries. Once you have clarity, communicate your boundaries assertively but respectfully. Use I statements to express your needs clearly. Remember that setting boundaries is an ongoing process. Revisit and reassess them regularly to ensure they still serve you. It's okay to adjust them as needed and to have open conversations with loved ones about your evolving needs. Be patient with yourself and others. Prioritize self-care and engage in activities that nourish your emotional well-being. This helps reinforce your boundaries. By honoring your own needs, you create the foundation for healthy, fulfilling relationships. Remember, strong boundaries lead to stronger connections.